Hi everyone, I'm Rincey and this is Rincey Reads. Today is going to be a little bit of a catch-up, life update type of video. I am not leaving BookTube, just to start off like that, because I feel like every time people see like life update, everyone's like, oh, you're gonna leave now, and I'm not. But I have been working on a bunch of different things and I wanted to tell you guys about them. I tweet about them when I can, but I know not everyone's like on Twitter, and I also post about them on Instagram. So if you care a whole lot about various projects that I'm doing, then Twitter and Instagram are always a good place to hear about those things. So there are three main things I want to talk to you guys about, but I can only talk to you guys about them in like various degrees. Well, one of the projects I really can't talk about at all, but I'm gonna tease something. One of the projects I can talk about it a little bit more, but there are some details that I can't talk about yet, and then another project that I can talk about fully because it's out in the world in public. And so I'm gonna go in the order of the thing I can talk the most about to the thing I can talk the least about. So I don't do a good job of like talking about various things that I do. So there might be people watching my channel who don't realize that I work for Book Riot, not full-time, but part-time. I'm a contributor there. I'm basically a freelancer for them. And so one of the things I do is that I make videos for their YouTube channel. I make 2 videos a week. So I'm going to link that up in the cards in case you weren't aware that Book Riot had a channel. If you have no idea what Book Riot is, it's a website where there are just a bunch of different contributors who help provide content. We make videos as well as like put up like blog posty type of things. And we also have like a bunch of podcasts. And so I also co-host our mystery and thriller podcast for Book Riot, which is called Read or Dead. You may have heard me reference it like in passing while talking about some of the books that I've read, because as I'm doing wrap-ups and I read stuff for Read or Dead, I sometimes mention it. So there are links for both the YouTube channel, and I think there's a link in the description for my podcast. I actually should probably double check that because I'm not 100% sure if I ever did that. I'm just going to make it a point that like when I'm putting up this video, I'm going to make sure there's a link to that podcast in the description. So yes, if you haven't checked those out already, please do. Those are not one of the 3 things I wanted to talk about in this video, so that's sort of like bonus content for you. So the first thing that I wanted to tell you about is TBR, which is a new project that Book Riot has launched. It's basically Stitch Fix for books. So the way it works is that you sign up, you fill out a survey, and you tell your bibliologist, which is the phrase that we're using to describe the people who recommend the books, about your reading tastes, what you've been enjoying recently, what you haven't been enjoying recently, and what you want to read next. You tell us what genres you like and whether or not you want to read something similar, or if you want to read something completely different, if you want to expand your horizons and try something completely brand new. You tell us those things, and then you get assigned a bibliologist. And then depending on which tier you get, you either get 3 hardcover books sent to your doorstep, which are the 3 recommendations, or you get like a digital PDF download with the 3 recommendations of the letter that we write. So I am one of the bibliologists for TBR, and it's been so much fun. We did a soft launch with Book Riot Insiders, which is like a paid insider obviously, program where you get extra perks and various resources and things like that. Book Riot Insiders got an early sneak peek of that, I think in August, I want to say. And then we've been doing sort of like a slow rollout. So you may have seen me post about it on Instagram, or if you follow other people at Book Riot, we've posted about it on like Twitter and Instagram, and we've been slowly like integrating it and announcing it in like our podcasts and our newsletters and stuff like that. We didn't want to like overload the system or overload ourselves with customers, so we have been doing it in small batches. So if you're interested in TBR, which, don't feel like you have to be, and also I'm not being paid to say this, and also I don't get any sort of kickback if you do like click the link in the description. But if you are interested, there's a link in the description. You can find out more about it. I honestly don't remember off the top of my head what the price range is. And the only other thing is that if you live internationally, you can only get the recommendations only level. You can't get the hardback level because of like shipping and international shipping costs and things like that. But if you live in the United States, you get 3 hardcover books. One of the things that I think is really cool is that we ask for your like Goodreads account if you are willing to give it, because then we can sort of look at your profile and see what you've been reading recently besides the things that you have told us, and we can also make sure that we're not giving you something that you've already heard of. So it's been like a really fun challenge and job to try to find these good fits for all of these different people who are looking for very specific things. So yeah, if you are looking for a book service that is slightly more tailored to your own personal book tastes and wants, then I think TBR might be of interest to some of you guys. One of the things also that I like about it is that it's once a quarter, it's not once a month, but when it's time for you to basically get your next quarter's box, you get to rate and review all of the books that you read, so your bibliologist knows whether or not they did a good job. You also give feedback to your bibliologist as well, so like you read and rate the books, and you can also like rate the recommendations in general or how you felt that they did, and then you also get to say what you want in your next box. So it's not that you're stuck to only getting specific books all the time. You refill out the survey about what you're in the mood for this time. So yeah, I think it's a really cool service. But again, if you are looking for a more tailored book recommendation service, then I think you might like it. All right, second thing is also a Book Riot thing. There is this podcast that Book Riot has called Recommended. You may have heard of it. It's a podcast where there are two people on every episode who basically recommend a book. I'm going to link to it down in the description so you can check it out on the website, or you can download it wherever you download your podcasts. So yeah, there have been a bunch of different people who have been on Recommended. Andy Weir has been on Recommended, James McBride, Walter Mosley, and it always follows the same format where the person who's being interviewed just talks about the book that they would like to recommend to other people. They tell us what it's about and why they love it so much and things like that and their experiences reading it and whatnot. I have always loved this show, like since it came out, because I enjoy listening to people talk about books that they love. It's one of the many reasons why I'm on BookTube. Hearing people talk about books that they love always is more enjoyable than listening to people talk about books that they don't enjoy. And I don't mean that in a way of like bashing people who do like negative reviews or anything like that. Like I see value in it, but just like personally, I enjoy watching people be effusive about books more than anything else. With the podcast Recommended, it's really fun. 1, seeing who's on the show, 2, seeing what books that they read, and 3, listening to them talk about the books. So the fun, exciting announcement is that I got to produce one of the episodes. Now, I can't give a whole lot of details because one of the things about Recommended is that it's always a surprise who's going to be in every episode. So I can't say who I talked to, but I think that it's a good combination of people. They're very different from each other, and they also recommended very different books from each other, but they were both really, really fun to talk to. Yeah, I had a really good time. My episode doesn't drop until October. I think I'm episode 7, and I think that the show this season is currently on episode 3 or 4 of the season. So yes, I just wanted to put that podcast on your radar and to let you know that I got to produce one of the episodes, which basically means it was my job to find people to interview and then to interview them and then to basically help put the episode together. It's a really cool experience. I hope I get the chance to do it again. So yeah, go check out the podcast if you haven't already. This week's episode featured Dessa, which is really cool, like the musician. She has a book coming out, which I didn't realize. But yeah, I, again, just love this podcast, so I wanted to recommend it to you. If you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, I will probably be posting when my episode goes live specifically, but I suggest just checking out the podcast and subscribing in general. So yeah, that's project number 2 where I could like partially talk about it. All right, and then the final thing that I have been working on is a thing that I can't fully talk about yet, but I have a video coming out on October 1st. It's a Monday, so it's different than my usual schedule. Usually my videos come out every Friday, but I have a video coming out on October 1st that I am so excited about. It's going to be great, or at least I hope it's going to be great, because I actually haven't finished editing it yet. I got a really cool opportunity that, again, I can't talk about fully yet, but it happened last October, so this is how long I've been sitting on this. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen me post about it last October, so if you feel like being a detective, you can scroll back in a year's worth of Instagram history on my profile and see what I was posting about back in October. You may see something there. But yeah, it was probably the most incredible experience that I've gotten to do because of this channel, and I'm still a little bit in shock that I got to do it, and I'm very excited that I can finally present it to the world, I suppose. I don't know, there's not a good way to talk about it because, you know, I can't actually talk about it. But yes, I just wanted to put it on your radar that October 1st, a very cool video is coming to my channel. I shouldn't say very cool video because it could look terrible by the time I'm done with it. Hopefully it won't look terrible by the time I'm done with it, but you will get to see the fruits of a very cool experience I got to have. And yeah, I'm very excited about it. And yeah, I don't think there's anything more I can say about it but that. Sorry, I know that as a viewer, these types of teases are terrible, but like legitimately I wanted to give you guys some sort of warning that a thing is coming and I want you guys to look out for it. So yeah, maybe after October 1st I will do another video talking about my experiences after the fact, because that video is all going to be based on what was happening that day. And now that I've had time to like reflect on it, I have other thoughts and feelings. Nothing like negative or anything like that, but just, you know, when you had time to fully process the thing. But it's a very, very cool experience that honestly I don't completely know how I got picked for this, because I got to do this thing with other booktubers who are way more popular than I am, and it's so mind-boggling to me that this was a thing that actually happened to me. So yes, that is coming October 1st. Get hype, I guess. I don't know. I'm too old to say things like that. Anyways, yes, so that's it. Those are all of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. I don't have any other fun projects that I'm working on outside of like my normal job and normal book riot stuff. Just to like round things off, things I'm currently reading. Nonfiction book, Empress, The Astonishing Reign of Nur Jahan by Ruby Lal. This is a biography about this empress who was like the first female ruler of this empire in, it's like northern India, I want to say. So yes, I'm working my way very slowly through this book because it's very like information dense. Like anytime I'm reading a biography, it always takes me some time because I can't read more than like a chapter or two a night. Otherwise my brain gets foggy and I stop like processing the information that I'm reading. So yes, very slowly working my way through this. I don't know if I'm actually going to finish this by the time the month is done, but yes, I'm enjoying it. And then the other book that I am currently reading, at least as of this recording, although when it goes live, I'll probably still be reading it because it's a very long book. I bought the new Robert Galbraith book, Lethal White. If you follow me on Instagram, again, you would have seen me posting about this and how freaking large this book is. It's 650 pages, you guys. Like, that's too many pages for a mystery novel. I mean, I'm enjoying it so far, so we'll see. Maybe J.K. Rowling can just do that, but I keep making the joke that she's following the Harry Potter formula because this is the fourth book in the series, and this legitimately is close to the page count number of, like, Goblet of Fire. Yeah, we'll see. I'm at like the 150-ish page mark at the moment, but I'm also recording this like 2 days before this video is going live, so I'll probably be farther along by then. But yeah, I'll probably be talking about this very soon because I'm enjoying it and I enjoy the series. But man, they have really amped up the relationship stuff between Robin and Strike, so just be prepared for that. So yes, that is everything I have for you guys. Let me know what you guys have going on in your life. I don't know how to ask a question for this video because it was just a life update. If you have questions about the things I talked about, you can definitely leave that down below, though obviously I can't talk as much about some of the things, so I might have to be like, I will answer this in a future time, depending on what your question is, or you can just tell me what you're reading this weekend because that works too. So yes, that's all I have for now, and thanks for watching.